Buenas, hermanos y hermanas. We are today in the Manhattan Coffee Roaster facilities with Denys. Thank you, Denys, for hosting us.
Nice to meet you.
All right, so we are talking about how do you get started in the coffee industry?
As a roastery, we have been founded in 2017, almost 9 years ago, gonna be this year. And the main idea behind from the co-owners was to bring a lot of tasty coffees to the market, mainly because they both like to drink a lot of tasty coffee, but offer on the market at that time was not good enough for them. So the idea was to bring a lot of great filter coffees to the Dutch market, and also with their connections to the global communities to make it work worldwide, which we keep doing all these years.
So all your life starts with coffee or not?
Not really. We all have like a different background. Someone been in coffee for like 20 years now. Someone came later. Me personally, like for the last 15 years in coffee.
Long way, long way.
Yeah, in different positions, from the barista to the roaster, etc.
So you finally feel more comfortable like roastery?
Yeah, for the last more than 10 years, I've been coffee roaster. So this is my main field of expertise at this point.
And now you want to stay in that position for all your life?
I think so.
Okay.
If nothing crazy happens or some like AI gonna steal our jobs, then then yeah, we can do that.
All right, so you participate actively in championships. Tell us about a little bit.
So this is like championships for me and for our company is the good way to promote ourselves and our coffee to the community, and also to contribute to the community to grow some knowledge and share some ideas behind the coffee. I mostly participated in the Dutch Brewers Cup. For me, it's a way to showcase the coffee itself and the work behind on this coffee from the producer side and from my side as a coffee roaster, and also to share the knowledge and story behind that. Last year I finished fifth on Dutch Brewers Cup. This year it ends up for me not being in the final, which is also fine. You learn some stuff throughout the championship, whatever place you end up, and you also have the time to share your ideas to the audience, as well as to share the knowledge between the competitors, drink some coffees, check some other approaches to the same coffee for the compulsory round, for example, and speak with the people about that.
All right. As a consumer, which origins and processing methods do you think that it's working better?
I think that now, like last couple years, the whole industry keeps switching to, let's say, processed coffees. So anything anaerobic or experimental coffee ferments, you name it. This is kind of what an average consumer looks like. And I can understand it because people looking for new tastes, looking for something unusual, and they need something to be excited about. As a professional, on the other hand, you always like trying something new, and you think whether it's good or not from your professional standpoint. And I'm one of the strong advocate for the washed coffees and like traditional naturals, which are like clean, sweet, bright, and represent the terroir, but I understand what people want, and I understand that this is something that's new and excited on the market, and we cannot just say, oh, we're not gonna do that, because we personally don't like it, and we're trying to find some coffees that gonna fit both our professional perspectives and the market demand, like being processed but being well processed, and pretty excited to taste while still representing the terroir and the work behind, from the farmer's perspective, from the trader's perspective. So all links should be like ticked correctly.
Yeah. So how long do you think that Dutch people it's more open to taste new processes? So long or not?
I think it's happening for last maybe 5-7 years.
5, 7, okay.
So since it's been more available on the market, because like 7 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, there was like couple producers or a couple roasters who works like tightly with the producers and who produce some new experiments. They not always went really great, but they was always something to learn from. And lately it's been more widely available, so even like small, like relatively small roasteries can afford to get their hands on these experimental coffees, and by that people in the audience can drink that coffee, can say what they are thinking about it.
Yeah.
So, and how they are accept or not accept that coffees.
And the feedback is good with the new.
Feedback is kind of mixed.
Yeah.
There are lots of people who accept that, and lots of people who think that this is something that shouldn't be done. Like for say with some co-fermentation stuff, it could taste super different from what you expect in coffee.
Yeah.
And some people gonna like that. Some people gonna say that that's not coffee anymore.
Do you think it's about the knowledgement or it's because it's closed mind?
That's hard to say. There's probably some people just would like to stick to the coffee they like and do not change anything anymore. Like personally knew some people who can like eat same lunch for like 4 years in a row, and they gonna be good with that, and they gonna be good with any coffee they like. And there are big chunk of the people who like to experiment, and they mostly the people who enjoy these processes, and also they are the people who like swing left and right to the experiments, classics, back to experiments, something in between. So there will be always demand for that. It is still on like a growing trajectory, but probably somewhere near to becoming a plateau in my mind. I can be wrong.
So, in the coffee industry, who was the person that you inspired you?
Oh, that's the fun story. Like there was a person obviously who bring me to the coffee scene, and also related to the coffee championship. So back in the days, I was working not in coffee but in the hospitality industry,
Okay.
and I was just a regular in coffee enjoyer in some cafe. And it happens that there was a girl who won the Ukrainian barista championship in that time, and she was brewing my daily caramel latte, like half liter once, and she was so passionate about the coffee she brewing. She tried to move me into different like drinks instead of like half a liter caramel
But with
coffee.
caramel, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I slightly moved to flat whites and stuff, and then she said that, oh, you're so passionate, you're probably gonna work in the coffee industry. And I started working their cafe like downshifting my salary 3 times compared to previous ones. Yeah, so she's Natalia Koronakova. She's like a 2 or 3 times Ukrainian barista champion back in the days, and now she lives in, I guess she lives in Spain.
Oh, Natalia, we're going to see you.
Yeah, that's a really funny story behind. She inspired me to join the coffee community. She also teach me a lot, and then like many years after, some of my friends contact me and ask, "Do you know her? She's applied to work in our company." And I say, "Yes, that was the person who bring me in the coffee."
Okay. Good story. Good story. Yes, everybody starts with a person.
Yeah, so that's the like relationship is super important into
Yeah,
coffee
it's
industry.
completely because it's a market that it's complicated to understand, and if you have a reference to enter later, it's more easy.
Yeah, so you need uh, someone's thinking to bring you through the like very first steps. Then you can have this person as a reference to base your thoughts on.
Yeah,
And then you grow your knowledge and
of course.
grow more connections, listen to ideas that floating around, and form some ideas from your own.
Are there any coffee companies that inspires you too?
We are constantly looking like on the market, so we drink some coffees from our fellow roasters from the Netherlands and around the world, just to see where the industry going and what is new or just not new, but what is the industry standards at this point. And it's also like hard to pick one single person or one single company who doing like more for
Yeah.
the industry or for my perception as a roaster, our perception as a company. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of people like from the top of my head. Just from the latest one, I'm super excited about one of farmers we're working with. His name is Pepe Gijon.
Okay.
He's from Ecuador and really good friend of ours. He also advocates to all these like clean washed coffees we really like, and he also doing this with his family. Lately, they bought a second farm, and this farm run by his son. So they are doing a really nice coffees.
And you visit
there.
them to a farm?
I personally did not yet,
Okay.
but he visited us here a couple
Oh.
times. Our team members visited him as well there, but not me.
All right, so we talk about your personal experience in the coffee industry, and now we are talking about the Manhattan Coffee Roaster as a company. How do you approach the sustainability in your company?
That's a pretty wide topic, which we should like divide to different parts. Partially with our uh, green side of the business, how we approach that with the farmers we work for. Like in the second part, the roastery itself, which is more in our control. So like with the just broadly speaking, for the farm side, we trying to work with traders and farmers who do business the most transparently, so we can know at least what is happening on the farm side, what practices happening there, and how probably we can help them if we could. Most of the times, that's more of a conversational thing with the producers. At the end of the day, we are not into farming business, so we can only tell that, oh, maybe this gonna work, but they know better what they are doing. And it's always funny to see how some novice roasters try to pitch some ideas to the farmers where they're not competent at all. So we are more on a conversation base for that. For the roasters side, that's more in our control, and that's something we have a close look on.
Yeah.
Starts from how we roasting. So one of our machines, Typhoon coffee roasters, it's works fully on electricity, so we know that this is not gas-powered equipment, and it can produce a great quality of coffee, but also we can control what energy is fueled for that roaster. In this term, we have a contract with the local grid provider who makes sure that most of our energy comes from renewable sources. So in this case, most of energy is wind or solar, and some part of the energy is biogas, which is also produced locally in the Netherlands. And speaking of biogas, we are partially part of that produce cycle with our chaff from the roaster and rejects from the color sorting. We had a contract with the local company who makes biogas, and they collect these things from us and turn them to the biogas. So part of our energy goes back to the grid from our coffee.
Okay, perfect, nice.
So that's one of the parts of the plan, how to go more sustainable. We're also thinking about some solar solutions locally for the building itself. Have a huge roof, maybe gonna install some later, but that's something on a more longer term, because it needs some capital investments to that.
Yeah, exactly. Talking about the machines, as we can see, you have Typhoon coffee roasters and Probat. Why did you choose these ones?
So we started from the Probat back in the days, and this is a really great, reliable machine. Our one was produced way before I born. It's like from the 1963 or something like that. And it's mostly untouched in terms of like mechanics. Still has a lot of parts that can be treated as unsafe nowadays by the inspections that came in facility, but also the idea was to a little bit modify it, which been done to allow more airflow and more power into the roaster. So like burner was changed, and our approach to that machine was always to roast faster than it's usually accepted, and with more convection energy transfer. So at the moment when Typhoon appeared on the market, it seems to be like good next step to apply even more convective roasting, and we choose this machine as a next step. It is bigger. It is also more towards convective roasting, but also there is no like one single approach that's gonna fit all the coffees we have. That's why we're still using both machines, and some coffees just works better on the Probat. And some coffees just works better on this machine. So we have our quality protocol that whenever we start with the new coffee, we try them from the both roasters and decide which one gonna be more better tasting from the bean perspective. We have some knowledge at this time that this coffee probably gonna be working better on this roaster than on the other one, but in general it's always try and see what works.
How many kilos you can make it in one day roasting?
Somewhere around 800 was our record.
Wow.
When we was roasting on the two machines simultaneously, but most of the time we do less. That's
Too much. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but we do all our roasting on demand, so we try
Yeah.
not to keep roasted coffee at all. So whichever we have left from the previous day is usually less than one smallest batch size we have. So we roast 5 or 10 kilos on a Probat, and we have profiles for 5, 10, and 20 kilos for the Typhoon.
And you sell just in the Netherlands market, or you export to
No,
the?
we work in worldwide. So there
Okay.
are only couple countries we do not sell to, but most of the time it's any country. Some countries just don't like coffee imports, like Brazil, for example. They
Okay.
they they really don't like the coffee being imported back.
It's true. It's true. Okay.
Yeah, but we work worldwide, and pretty big part of our business is actually not in the Netherlands. So
Okay.
if we speak like in general, probably like third of our sales are going into the Netherlands.
Talking a little bit about market and community, how do you think it's the consumer looking for about origins or processing methods? What are you looking for?
There are different communities, and also as we sell worldwide, it is hard to say which community prefers which. There are probably some uh, regional perceptions about that. In the Netherlands, now it's quite popular to go with some lighter roasts and more fermented coffees in general. But also important that cafes not always like the same coffees that customers on our web shop like.
Yeah, okay.
So that's also probably driven by price.
Yeah.
As like
Was
final
that fact?
client
Yeah.
can buy coffee for like 200 euros easily. Cafe, I'm not gonna brew that coffee on a daily basis probably, but yeah. So in general, different market demands for different coffee. We see a lot of demand for the newer approaches in coffee, like processing or roasting lightly than it was
Yeah.
all the time before.
And do you think they have an origin that prefer more than others?
The industry itself hardly leaning towards Colombia, actually,
Colombia.
and that's probably mostly because of the amounts of really great coffees in that region. So they really put an effort. I don't say that other countries don't put an effort,
Yeah.
but just a big country with a lot of farmers, with a lot of different approaches
And
to the
years of
coffee,
experience, yeah.
and a lot of years
Yeah,
of experience for
exactly.
sure.
Yeah.
So Colombian coffees are probably dominating the at least Northern European part of the market, but also countries like Panama or Ecuador or some African countries like
Okay.
Rwanda. They are growing, and they're showing really, really great
Yes.
qualities of coffee. As a professional, you would like to have that coffee. As a consumer, sometimes it's too expensive to have Panamanian
Yeah.
geisha,
Yeah.
especially we all see the last year Best
But
of Panama.
yes, 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 yes. True, true.
That was hard.
It's true. It's true. All right. So, Denys, thank you for hosting us. It was
You're
a really
welcome.
pleasure. Thank you. Okay. So now we are with Ilithyia. You was the second position in the Dutch Cup Tasters.
That's right.
Tell us about the experience in the championships, because it's not your first time in a
No,
championship
it's
of Cup
not my
Tasters.
first time.
And she's gonna participate in the pre-open of the Netherlands.
um, this year was an interesting year because it's my last cup tasters competition, as in the one, the SCA one. And yeah, so last year, so 2025 and 2024, I became first.
Well,
So I had the chance to, go to the Worlds and be there for the Netherlands. So, and it was a very nice experience. It's amazing people. Everybody is in the same boat, but you're also in like the best of every country is there. So it was hard. I got 22nd this year with 7 out of 8 in 626. It wasn't enough to go to the next round, but I really had a nice experience. And this year I will leave it to Vicky, and we'll prepare her to
and
do
I
her
think
best there in Bangkok.
in this type of championship, you can taste a lot of coffees that they are so different.
Yes. Well, they make it nice and difficult for you. So
yeah.
they just like first rounds, they start with something that's a little bit like Brazil, Ethiopia, like it's far apart. But then they come in closer and closer with countries with the same, different countries, but same flavor profile. And they also know how to set up the table so you get nice and exhausted.
And if you can give a tip for prepare for a championship of cup taster, little one, not all the truth, but
No. Yeah, well, now it's okay. I don't have to. I will tell all my secrets. I would definitely say taste as many coffees as you can.
Okay.
So you have a little bit of a reference between like what could be something. So we don't have to know where the coffees are from. So it's just having like recognizing a Brazilian coffee with the different notes to like an Ethiopian coffee or a coffee from Kenya. I'm just taking them far apart. Also for flavor notes, get yourself like to taste different stuff. Create your own like your flavor vocabulary, your flavor archive, so you can reach back in it and have a memory, because flavor is like memory related. And of course, do the whole thing, like because you also want to be fast. You want to be right, but you also want to be as fast as possible, just to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Because that's one of those things. Because the moment that you're on stage, you're gonna have all the how do you say, excitement, and sometimes it's hard, and you never know what's gonna be on the table.
And you are more than okay. My first impression it's that one, or you need to rethink it about.
Nowadays, I'll go pretty fast.
Okay.
I'll just like I taste, and I have like this little in my brain, this little light bulb that goes on, and like this is different. But yeah, I usually go for like 1 round, 2 rounds, and then I'm gonna be sure about it, and I'll go to the next one. If I don't know it, I'll just move the cup, I think, or if I just have no idea, then I'll leave it right there, and I'll come back to it.
Yeah, it's better.
Sometimes it needs a little cool down. And sometimes that doesn't work.
Yeah, it's true.
Like this year.
I never participate, but I have this question me always, because I rethinking about the things, and I say, I think it's the first impression. It's okay.
Yeah. So usually it's the first impression. It's more of like same, different, or this same, different. Different?
Yeah.
But it's just as if you do it more often, then it's easier to make that fast decision. So that really, really helped me out all those years competing in the cup tasters. Yeah.
All right. How did you started in the coffee industry, and how long?
Well, I started officially in the coffee industry 2009.
Okay.
The reason was latte art.
Okay.
That period of time, it was still the cappuccinos with the big floof on the top. You know, you were like scooping all. And I worked at this company where they had the dessert. They had a separate dessert bar. It was a restaurant, and they had a separate dessert bar there, where you made the coffee and all the desserts. So at one point, that was my station, and we got a training, and we got this little pamphlet from one of the Dutch milk companies, and they started off with a little heart and the most like no contrast Rosetta, and I thought, like, I am artsy enough. I like this. I don't drink coffee because coffee is bitter, but I think this is nice, and so this is a little bit how I started. Then I started for Douwe Egberts. That's one of the Dutch biggest coffee brands. They started with to put all the cafes, the Douwe Egberts cafes. So yeah, I changed jobs, went there. They really inspired me for like flavor, because what they do, like they have, it's like it's Dutch coffee, as in they are a staple here in the Netherlands, but not every, like, it's not new wave.
Okay.
It's very, like, if you say filter coffee, they'll be like, oh, from Douwe Egberts? No, different. But what they do is they blend their coffees very well, because you need to have the same flavor every time. So the first introduction, we got to blend our coffees. We got a Brazil, Colombian coffee, and a Kenyan coffee. And it was the first time I got to taste like single origin coffees. And then I got that Kenya coffee. It was a natural Kenya, and it tasted like freaking berry lemonade. And I was like, wait a minute, you want me to blend this?
No, please.
I was like, okay, I take 2 beans of this, 2 beans of that, and the rest is gonna be Kenya. And this is how I make my blend, and also how I got in touch with like single origin coffee, and that the flavors in coffee are actually grander than just the coffee flavor as we know it. Yeah. So from there on, they were also already like busy with some little competitions. They were pushing us to, or pushing, they were offering, they were offering training for customers. So that's how I got into training, to preparing coffee training and all the single origins that they had, because there was like the new thing. I just came in with was it Indian coffee, one coffee from Papua New Guinea, and another coffee from, I think, Tanzania. Not as we know it now, but for them, very specific and single origins. So they really got me there, and I had all the time, because I was behind bar, I had all the time to learn how to pour latte art, because there was nothing else that I was doing apart from slinging coffees. So that's a little bit how we started, and from there on, we had a coffee company like not even 100 meters further, and one of my best friends was working there, so we were always there, coming back, and and just practice together. Also, they did a lot of competitions, so I would go there, see how they do the competition, little latte art throwdowns and stuff like that. So that's so you end up in competitions.
Long journey.
It's a very long journey, but that's only the beginning.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
All right, so we talk a little bit about your personal trajectory in the coffee industry. Let's talk about Manhattan Coffee Roaster.
Yes.
What is the origin of the company?
So Manhattan has started about 9 years already ago, in 2017. The founders, they started off with, they were also competing a lot. So originated from Rotterdam and from Melbourne. They created they wanted to give all the opportunities to the coffees that you would taste on championships, because you never get to taste those coffees. So they created a platform
Okay.
to source all those amazing coffees and sell those coffees to, or offer these coffees to the market. So everybody can enjoy these kind of amazing, exceptional coffees. Because it was pretty mainstream. Like the best producers, or you have some producers nobody ever heard about, but they will get their coffees on competition level, and there's only the 4 judges there that are going to taste it. So them really competing, because they were also, we are a family of competitors. So this is also a thing what really pushed them to showcase all the amazing coffees that are around, apart from all the coffees that we already drink. So mostly international, partly in the Netherlands. They started off in the harbor at this old swimming pool, Tropicana.
Okay.
And there was a roaster, another company who roasted there, and they could roast there for Dutch competitor who actually won that year. And they started off there, and it just grew, and they did their thing. So it's Manhattan. The nickname of Rotterdam is Manhattan at the Maas. Okay. And so that would be a very appropriate name for the company. True. But also the first cruise ships go from Rotterdam to New Amsterdam. Okay. What's Manhattan right now. That's why you have
it was my second question, but okay, now I know. Okay.
Yeah, so and with that in the back of our heads, that international aspiration to like conquer the world. And I think we did pretty well with that.
So you got the objective since the beginning that you want to expand worldwide.
Yes, it was definitely a worldwide thing, because coffee culture in the Netherlands on its own is way different. It could be like, we're not as far as other places. We're not
From Europe too?
Yeah, no? Definitely. Especially back in the days when specialty coffee just we always had like Melbourne being like a very innovating country. They were already doing everything like 3 to 5 years before it actually hit here in the Netherlands. That's one of those things that it's easier for the people in like I will say overseas or not in the Netherlands, because they have their own shop. Yeah, they have their own shop. They are the people that order the coffee. Here in the Netherlands, you have a barista and you have the owner of the shop, and the barista says coffee's done, and the owner's like, I need cheap coffee. But then, of course, we are here. We are selling our coffees also in the Netherlands, and it's super nice, and the people are also very nice, right?
Following the market, which kind of question customers ask to you normally?
I think apart from where's my coffee?
Yes, I think that everybody asks.
I think it's if there are coffees coming back. Okay. So they're really asking for some, because our coffee list is very diverse, and we buy smaller amounts of coffee. We don't have all the coffees year long. Some of the coffees are like permanent on the list, but yeah, we had some very nice coffees, especially with the new love for very intense, sweet and flavorful coffees that will rock you off your socks. They will come back to you and ask for, when is this coffee coming back? Sometimes we just have like 25 kilos green, and then we have to wait. If it's very special coffee, and we have to wait till next year to see if we can buy it again, if it's available or anything. But sometimes coffee come and they go and they never come back. And sometimes we have a recurring coffee. And of course, sometimes it tastes a little different because it's still natural products. So
and it's always from the same origin or not?
No, No. It's mostly like, I think it depends. Sometimes you just have a favorite coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, and we have people asking for Ecuadorian coffees, especially from Pepe Gijon. We have like, there's multiple harvests a year, so there's always a coffee coming in. But sometimes we just have to wait a little bit because harvest time is over. So we have some Colombian coffees, some coffees from Tanzania that people really ask for. Like there's always like everybody has their own favorite.
Yeah.
So they will ask if this coffee is ever coming back or when it is. And we have definitely one person that will ask until it's back on the list. I'll be like, probably at the end of the year. But do you have it now?
No, not yet.
Not yet. No, but yeah, one of those things. And how to brew.
Yeah.
Also.
Okay.
So we have a brew guide. It's very general, but it's usually where you can find the recipes for all coffees, and then you can adjust, like the starter recipes for all coffees, and then you can adjust. I think those are the frequent asked questions. On the top, we still have, where's my coffee?
Where's my coffee?
Yeah.
All right. So, Ilithyia, thank you so much for hosting us too.
It was my pleasure.
And I see you in the pre-open of the Netherlands. Let's see.
Yes, let's see how far we get. It's nice. It's a new experience.
So. Of course. Thank you.